What up? Well, welcome to an episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau. Like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere. It's BrandonJaneauShow. Social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook. BrandonJaneauShow. Let's get into it, man. Tonight, it is Wrestling Life. It's been a minute. Well, no, it's not. What am I talking about? I am doing another top 10. This time on one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Another top 10 list of all of my favorite matches from him. So, there's a lot of great things that's happening right now in the world of professional sports, particularly WWE. It's all because of one man. He is the head creative booker, the one and only Triple H. If you watch Saturday with SummerSlam, and if you watch last night with Monday Night Raw, um, yeah, he be cooking. Yeah, he be cooking. He be cooking. He be cooking. Can't wait to see what he's gonna do Friday night on SmackDown. But everybody knows the cerebral assassin is one of them. He one of them. He really is. He one of them. So I decided to do my top 10 list on Triple H. And all of my favorite matches from Triple H. All of them. So let's get into it. So you know I do my top 10 list. I go from 10 to 1 and explain why they are my favorite matches. So let's get into it. Number 10, out the gate. At number 10, it is Triple H versus the Beast Incarnate, WrestleMania 29, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H, no holds barred. Triple H career on the line. I don't know what's up with Triple H and WrestleMania and his career being on the line, but this match is actually really good. I know people hate it because it's the standard long Triple H drawn out match at WrestleMania, but this match is actually really good. People are just hate it. They hate it. I get it, but it's not as bad as everybody thinks. Shawn Michaels gets his revenge after Brock Lesnar broke his arm. When he told him he was gonna be in his corner at SummerSlam, he broke his arm. Uh, so he gets his revenge. Sweet Chin music's him into a pedigree, the classic Shaw, Sweet Chin music into a pedigree. Um, yeah, Brock and Triple H going back and forth. This was a good match, man. I don't think people really give it too much of respect because again, you just hating on Triple H at that time. Um, but yeah, I got in at number 10. It was one of my favorite matches by him. So yeah, coming in number 9. Like I said, he really likes putting his career on the line at WrestleManias. I don't know why. WrestleMania 35, Triple H versus Batista. No holds barred. Triple H's career is on the line. This is the funniest build up I think I've seen in years. This man using the Spice Girls to to troll Batista in live action. This shit was fucking hilarious, man. But the match, all in all, again, a lot of people would sit there and hate on the match and say, "Oh, it was a long, drawn out match." I liked it. It was a very funny ass match. It was funny as hell. Shawn Michaels on commentary. Ric Flair getting his get back for Batista beating the living hell out of him. Ric Flair handing Triple H the sledgehammer. He hits him in the head with it. Um, Triple H ripping out this man's nose ring, which is the fucking craziest damn thing to see on the TV. Um, yeah, man, that was nuts. That was a crazy ass match. They used a fucking steel chain. Like, oh my god, this shit was nuts. And then on top of that, Triple H had a torn pec. People forget that. Triple H had a whole torn pec before this match. He tore it, I think, at Crown Jewel, I think, against Undertaker and Kane. Yeah. And Batista uh hadn't been in the ring at that time since 2013. 20 no. Yeah, 2014. 2014 when he came back and did the Royal Rumble. So 2014, he had been in the ring since 2014 and this was 2019. Damn, yeah, 2019. So Yeah, WrestleMania 35. Yeah, that was 5 years. So 2019. Yeah. So to have that match not be at people again try to hate on it, but it's not a bad fucking match. It's actually really fucking good. People just hate on shit, but it's actually a really good fucking match. If you actually go back and watch it again, Batista not been in the ring for 5 years. Triple H coming off of literally a torn pectoral muscle, like that's just crazy. To have that type of match at that time period in their careers, nuts. And that was the last Batista match. And literally, we know that was the last Triple H match too. Yeah, because Triple H never right for us at WrestleMania 37 or 38. Now he put his boots down in 38. Yeah. Damn, that was one of the last Triple H matches. When you actually think about it, that was one of his last real matches. That's damn, that's crazy. Yeah, that was one of his last real matches. Damn. Yeah, because he didn't wrestle at WrestleMania 37. I think he had his heart thing. I think around that time. So yeah, so that was damn. That might have been Triple H, one of Triple H's last real matches. So yeah, I have a lot of love and respect for that match. Coming in at number 8, Triple H versus Kurt Angle, Royal Rumble 2001 for the WWE Championship. Kurt Angle is one of my favorite wrestlers. Everybody knows this. Um, yeah, Triple H and Kurt Angle, two of my favorite wrestlers. I was actually at this Royal Rumble. Yeah, I was. It was my seventh. It was my seventh birthday. My seventh birthday. I remember going to this Royal Rumble with my dad and my brother. So of course it's sentimental now. Of course it's definitely sentimental now. Um, but being there to watch this match is crazy, and I forgot how crazy it was. Like I forgot how crazy the atmosphere was that night. It was my first ever. It was my first ever time going to a WWE event. So it was the Royal Rumble of all places. It was the last time Stone Cold won a Royal Rumble. It was his third and final Royal Rumble win. To see him, The Rock, and Kane as the final three is like, bruh, come on. And of course, this is the match that also precede before it, and it was great. It was a great fucking match. Kurt Angle barely has bad matches. Triple H is one of them dudes that can call a match on the spot. So to see them fight for the title was awesome, super fucking awesome. All right, at number 7, at number 7, I have Triple H versus Mr. McMahon, Armageddon, 1999. Again, my favorite match. I remember this storyline like it was yesterday. Triple H trying to get back to trying to get a WWE Championship match 1-on-1. This is when he finally turned into I am what he said. I am the fucking game, Jr. I am the fucking game, Jr. This is when he became the game, Triple H. It wasn't just 2000. It was 99. Armageddon. Him fighting Vince for the right. I don't say the right, but him fighting Vince to to annul the marriage of him and Stephanie McMahon. Just to find out at the end of the damn match, just to find out at the end of the goddamn match, Stephanie and Triple H actually planned this shit because Stephanie wanted to get back for the year prior where the Undertaker abducted her. So the match itself was a complete another ass whooping. That shit was bad. Triple H beat the shit out of Vince, and that's probably why I loved it so much because it was like I was a super huge Triple H fan. I wasn't ready to boo him. I wasn't ready to boo him. I was a super huge Triple H fan. You can't tell me he went from being the babyface leader of DX to now being the most beloved heel in the fucking business. That's a hard jump from '98 when I was rooting for DX in the Nation of Domination. You know what I'm saying? Like to now, you know, not fucking with him in '99. Like that's a massive jump. That's a massive leap. It wasn't to me. It wasn't gradual. Even though he was with the corporate ministry and all that other bullshit, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, Triple H and Mr. McMahon, 1999 Armageddon. This was just an ass whooping. He beat the shit out of Vince in this whole match. He beat the fuck out of Vince. And then, like I said, at the end, for him and Stephanie to hold hands and hug and all that shit, and it'd be a ruse the whole entire time. This is before, like, this is really when wrestling was just at its apex. Now you see it, and you see it Saturday with, Dom and Liv. It's like, but you get a call back, you're like, that was when. So, yeah. So, yeah, Triple H and Vince, Armageddon 1999 was the shit. Number 6, I have just barely missing the top 5. Triple H versus Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30, the opening match. This match was to see who would go on to the main event and fight uh, in a triple threat match between Batista and Randy Orton for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This was a great opener, an incredible opener. Excuse me. Excuse me. It was an incredible opener. Triple H and Daniel Bryan, first time ever wrestling against each other. It was amazing. I think it was like 30 fucking minutes. You see, people on social media do this shit a lot. They love this match, but crucify all the other times Triple H had 30-minute fucking matches. It's ridiculous. Because it's the person he's wrestling. But Daniel Bryan in this match was amazing. It was a great match. It was a great back and forth. It was the first time they ever fought. And yeah, it was awesome. Exactly what we needed. Um, and they put up and shut up. They definitely beat the living hell out of each other. And I love the match very, very much. Um, it's just not in my top 5. It is definitely on my list, though. Triple H, that was probably one of Triple H's best matches, especially, again, like I said, at the age where Triple H was in his career. You couldn't ask for a better match. Couldn't ask for a better match. So let me recap before I go into the top 5. So at number 10, Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 29, no holds barred. Number 9, Triple H versus Batista, no holds barred. Both matches was for Triple H's career. The Batista one was at WrestleMania 35. There was also a no holds barred match. Both were for Triple H's career. If they beat him, Triple H's career was over. Number 8, Triple H versus what the fuck I said Triple H? Oh, Triple H versus Kurt Angle for WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble 2001. Uh, Number 7, Triple H versus Vince McMahon, Armageddon 1999. Number 6, Triple H versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. All right. Coming in at number 5 is also at WrestleMania. Triple H has a lot of my favorite matches at WrestleMania. I'm just realizing that. I don't know why, but I don't know. Triple H versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 33. That is at number 5. I love this match. Even Seth has said this build up was a little bit um they had to kick it into overdrive to the point where Seth Rollins even re-injured his knee. When Samoa Joe came out and tried to stop him from getting to Triple H, re-injured his knee. But at the end of the day, um, the match was great. Um, I loved the match. I loved it very much. They played off of Seth's knee very well in this match. Um, I think actually this knee injury was actually not as worse as the knee injury he had um, at this previous WrestleMania, WrestleMania 40. Um, but this match was incredible, man. I love this match very much. Triple H and Shawn and Seth Rollins had an incredible match. Again, not something you would see at a WrestleMania and you'd be like, "This is the best match." Also, Stephanie going through a table and Triple H getting beat by his own move. is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny. But yeah, Set Triple H WrestleMania 33, definitely one of my favorite matches by Triple H. Now we're getting to the nitty motherfucking gritty. Okay, this is some difficult shit. Okay, bear with me. At number four, SummerSlam 1998, Triple H versus The Rock for the Intercontinental Championship. This is when the Intercontinental Championship was designed to build the next big star, the next main eventer, the next motherfucker that was going to take the mantle. 1998 Triple H versus The Rock, Nation of Domination versus DX. What's the greatest rivalry to a 4-year-old Brandon Janeau? I love both factions. I love D'Lo Brown and X Pac and their little rivalry over the European Championship. I love The Rock and Triple H always fighting over the Intercontinental Championship. I love Mark Henry and China for some apparent reason always. I love Mark Henry and China. You know what I'm saying at the time. I never understood why the Nation never went after the tag team titles. Because you had, I think, at the time, Owen Hart. I think Godfather at the time, I think, was in the group. Um, but they never went after the tag team titles, which was weird. I never understood that. But that was very weird. I didn't understand that shit at all. Um, but The Rock and Triple H have amazing chemistry. They've always had amazing chemistry. And this is the match that I feel like really showed that off. And then when they finally did get to the main event caliber matches, the backlashes, the judgment, the Judgment Day matches, and all of that, like it all stems from the 1998 SummerSlam Intercontinental Championship, and it stems from this time period, really. But this was the match, man. I remember being so hyped for this particular match at SummerSlam. I can't even explain it. Like this, I knew Taker and Stone Cold was the main event, but this was my match. I remember going to my auntie house, my dad. Oh man, I remember this, and I remember just being like, "This is the match I want to see. I don't care that the open gate at SummerSlam in Madison Square Garden, just everything about this match, I fucking loved it. I needed this match. It's still one of my favorite matches. The yellow ladder. Like I still love this match to the day. I don't care. I'm probably gonna go watch it after I get done with this. It's just not my favorite Triple H match. It's definitely in my top five, but it's just not the number one match. There's a lot more matches I love a little bit more. Coming in at number three is Triple H versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 27. Okay, like WrestleMania 27 and Undertaker, like come on, bro, like that's like fucking legendary. Like Taker and Triple H, the build up to it, not 28, 27. Right after Shawn Michaels retires, The Undertaker takes a break. He leaves. He comes back after everything. It's February. We're like, oh, Taker, WrestleMania. It's kind of over. It's kind of done. They didn't even have to say nothing. Undertaker comes out to Johnny Cash. He gets in the ring. He's about to take his hat off. And as soon as he hits that, put his hand on his hat. Doom, doom. Time to play the game. It's just like, what the fuck? That was a surprise because Triple H ain't even had been. Triple H wasn't even there for a long time. So it was just a surprise into itself. It was like, what the fuck? Triple H comes out, walks down to the ring, does the Triple H moves, spits the water into the sky, to the crowd, gets in the ring. He looks the Undertaker in the eye. He don't say shit. He don't say a motherfucking thing. He just looks. He just looks at the WrestleMania sign in the building. Undertaker's like, he looks at the sign too. Taker looks back at him and walks out the ring. WrestleMania 27. We have a match. And it's so fucking good. That match is good. Fucking amazing. One of the best matches they could have asked for. At that WrestleMania 2, WrestleMania 27, it wasn't a great WrestleMania by no stretch of the imagination. But I promise you, if you ask anybody about that WrestleMania, they'll tell you the first match that comes to mind is this one. No holds barred. And this is the WrestleMania where Taker doesn't even walk out on his own. He gets carried out on a stretcher. It's a different type of level. So, yeah, that match was crazy and incredible. Hell yeah. So here's the thing. Because I couldn't decide which one of these matches was going to be on the list, because I love both of them, I decided just to package it. So at number 2 is Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. SummerSlam 2002 and Royal Rumble 2004. The first match Shawn Michaels had coming back in 4 years was SummerSlam 2002 against Triple H, a non-sanctioned match. You could not tell Shawn Michaels missed 4 years. you you could not tell me Shawn Michaels missed 4 years because that match clearly did not show it. He was amazing in that match. And it just so happens to be with a person that he trusted probably more than anybody, Triple H. That rivalry was for 2 years. 2 years. It started at that SummerSlam. It culminated in 2004 at Bad Blood. But in the middle of that, they were fighting over the World Heavyweight Championship. And at the Royal Rumble 2004, it probably was the greatest match to me that they ever had. The last man standing match. Because it was just them two beating the shit out of each other. Now, Bad Blood, a lot of people say the Hell in a Cell match, but the Hell in a Cell match is supposed to be that way. The fact that neither man got up at the end of the Royal Rumble last man standing match. And that is how Shawn Michaels actually, excuse me, got into the triple threat match with Chris Benoit and Triple H. Because he never lost that match. It was a draw. So the fact that match is still to me one of the greatest Royal Rumble matches of all time. I can't knock it. It's like 2. It's like the second greatest Royal Rumble match I think I've ever seen in my life. And that SummerSlam match is like one of the greatest SummerSlam matches I've ever seen in my life. At number 1, though. The reason why I did 2 matches in one is because I couldn't decide. It's the same thing with number 1. It just so happens that it's not 2 different years. It's the same year, just 2 different pay-per-views. And that, at number 1, who gave Triple H his best match ever, is Cactus Jack. Royal Rumble 2000, No Way Out 2000. No Way Out 2000 was so good that the Royal Rumble match that they had the month before was fucking nuts. That street fight that they had in 2000 at the Royal Rumble, and then you go out and have a Hell in a Cell match at No Way Out in 2000, and you cannot tell me that neither one of those matches, you can't decide which one of those matches are great. I promise you. If you know what I'm talking about, tell me which one of those matches is great. And I would tell you. I can easily tell you both of those matches are awesome. Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Triple H and Mick Foley have always had great matches. I've never seen a bad match from Mankind and Mick Foley and Triple H. Never. And then you add to the fact that the 2000, this again goes into Armageddon, 1999. Triple H needed to win Triple H beating Vince gave him the WWE Championship match against the Big Show. He beat the Big Show, won the WWE Championship for the first time, became the champion. At the 2000 Royal Rumble, he needed that opponent. And like I've said numerous times, Mick Foley is a great opponent to go up against when you need to establish a new main eventer, especially in the 2000s. When you needed to establish a new main eventer, it was Mick Foley. And Mick Foley made Triple H these two matches. I've never seen Triple H in two greater matches than this. The Royal Rumble street fight match is nuts. To find out Triple H had a fucking wood stuck in his foot, in his leg, and he still finished the match like that. Man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That dude is different. That dude is different, man. Triple H, Triple H, man, winning that match at the Royal Rumble, especially the way he won it, is crazy. Pedigreeing and fucking Captain Jack into fucking thumbtacks is nuts. That's a crazy ass way to win a match. By the way, Captain Jack is the first person to ever kick out of a pedigree. It was at that Royal Rumble. Then the fast forwarded a month later at No Way Out, and this is when still Hell in a Cell matches was still the shit. This might have been what the third Hell in a Cell match ever. Taker was in the first one, the first two, and this might have been the third Hell in a Cell match ever. So for this to be the third Hell in a Cell match, and probably the one that a lot of people don't talk about, but probably if you talk about it, you'd be like, oh shit, oh yeah, I remember this Hell in a Cell. This is when Mick Foley took the barbed wire 2x4 and brought it up to the cage and fucking got backflipped through the cage, through the ring. And then when Triple H got down, he's like, oh yeah, it's over, it's finished. Kicks his arm and Mick Foley starts to fucking move and he's like, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you doing? Triple H's like, man, fuck this. He gets him out the whole end and pedigreens him. Yo, it was like, what the fuck? Like, yo, it was different. It was different, man. That was different, man. I love that match to death, man. Yeah. So, to recap it. Number one, Triple H versus Captain Jack, Royal Rumble 2000, No Way Out 2000. Number two, Shawn Michaels, Royal Rumble 2004, SummerSlam 2002. Number three, WrestleMania, Triple H versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 27, no holds barred. Number four, The Rock versus Triple H at SummerSlam, 1998 Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Number five, Triple H versus Seth Rollins, WrestleMania 33. Number six, Triple H versus Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30. Number seven, Triple H versus, I want to say Kurt Angle. No, Triple H versus Vince McMahon. Mr. McMahon, Armageddon, 1999. Number eight, Triple H versus Kurt Angle, Royal Rumble 2001. Number that was number eight. Number nine, Triple H versus Batista, WrestleMania 35, no holds barred. And number 10, Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 29, no holds barred. Next debate will be Triple H versus The Undertaker. That is the next debate, wrestling. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I am Brandon Janeau. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace.